Hey, this is Ron. Ron's Woodturning. Oh man, got to go to the ranch. Picked up some wood, did a little chainsawing, and I got this. This is a piece of cedar, and it's only about, I don't know, 5.5. But I have it mounted to a little faceplate here, and I'm going to turn it into like a little Christmas tree. I saw Rick Morris do one, and it looked fun, so I'm going to do it too. I'm going to doctor mine up a little bit with some green dye, you know, make it look green, and do the Christmas tree. So stick with me. Glad y'all could join me, and welcome to Ron's Woodturning Shop. Alright, so it is 5 inches in diameter and about 9 inches long. And this is going to be the top of the tree, so I'm going to angle it all in, and then I'm going to cut in like rows of branches around it. And then I will figure out some kind of base to put it on. I may use a different piece of wood and make it look like a Christmas tree stand it's sitting on. I don't know, we'll see how much wood I got left down here once I get the shape that I want. So let's go. Okay, you kind of see where I'm going. This is going to be the base right here. I'm going to come way in here. This will be the widest part of the tree at the bottom, then I'll make it a cone towards the top. But I got this huge crack running right down the middle over here. Now it doesn't have to be a beautiful, perfectly polished piece of wood, but I do want it to stay in one piece, so I'm going to have to fix that. There's a branch coming out right there. So let me doctor that up a little bit before I lose my piece of wood, because it's cracked all the way to there. So I'm going to fill that up. I just used the CA glue. I don't have any thin. This is medium, but it sunk down in there pretty good. It'll allow me to go a little further and then hit it again if it don't get all the way in there. So I'll just keep putting the layer on it. But it's going down in there pretty good. Anyway, I'll let that dry, and then we'll come back to it. Alright, so I'm getting close on the shape. I'm not going all the way to a point right here because Rick Morris left it flat and he made another piece that fit on top of it, kind of shapely looking thing like a finial. I'm going to do that too. I'll just drill a little hole, make a little tenon, fit it in there with glue, and then it'll have a top on the tree. But this is the angle I'm looking for. This is going to be the widest part at the bottom. I'm going to cut this back just a little bit, and then I'm going to dig a bunch out here so it'll look kind of like the trunk. Maybe too big. I might think about that. I might cut it off here and make something else and use that for the stand. But I'm gonna get it perfect straight, and then I'm gonna mark the lines out and start cutting, undercutting it like you do a mushroom, so it looks like it's hanging down. So I got about 8 inches. So I'm going to make a mark about every 1.5 inches. 3, 4.5, 6, 6.5. I'm going to cut those. That's going to be my branches. So let me get my tool and score me some lines on there. Okay, well, I'm going to do a lot of sanding and get everything as polished up as I can. I'm going to put some green. I'm going to get my airbrush green. I'm not going to paint the whole thing green. I just want to kind of highlight it green, especially these white parts. But then the last thing I'm going to do is cut this base down, because I want all the meat I can hold right here till the last minute. It'll be almost like a cut off. I'm going to get close but not cut it off. And we'll have a treat. So, now, before I do anything, I'm going to dye it. Because I'm going to put a lacquer sealer over the top of the dye. And so it's going to be a while before everything dries enough to do anything. I have to let the dye dry a couple hours before I can do the sealer. But the dye will penetrate further. And I'm not going to, like I said, I'm not going to paint it all the way green. I'm just going to puff it. Give it some green. So, here we go. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and cut this down to size, sand it up a little bit, and that while this is getting dry. Now I just highlighted the edges and let it spray up onto the rest of it. So now it's green, but it's not. I like it. Okay, it's all sanded. This is pretty dry. Lacquer sealer. Okay, I got a coat of sealer on there, and if you're going to do this, don't use one of these cheesy brushes. Go ahead and get a sponge, because I've been picking little brush hairs off of here and get stuck on there. But anyway, I got a coat on it. I'm going to let it dry. I'll cut it back, let it dry again. Put another coat on it, let it dry again, cut it back again. There's no polish on it yet, just sealer. And it's the Deft sanding sealer. So, pretty cool, I think. I like it. Hey, before I forget, finish this Christmas tree, I wanted to show y'all. I told y'all I went to the ranch. And this is blackjack oak. It's got moss on it and everything. It's cool. But it's got a lot more character to it than a regular old oak. And I got about an 80-foot, no, maybe not 80, probably 60-foot tree. Pretty much all this size, which is about 9 inches, except for near the bottom, which is bigger. But all I could get was a couple of hunks of it this weekend, and I got it smeared with Type Bond, so I got to let it age a little more before I cut it, because it was already starting to check. So I got it sealed off, and we'll just let it age a little bit and then see what it looks like. But back to the Christmas tree. Alright, I finished it. And here it is. It's got some green in it. It's cedar. Well, a wife went and found some tops for it. So I got two choices now. I don't know which one I want to use. I got this big giant star that just sits on the top. Or I got this smaller star that I'll glue in. And that's why you got to glue it in. So, anyway, I don't know if I want to go with the little one or the big one. But regardless, I think I'll go with the big one. I like that. Yeah, I think I'll leave it like that. I like it. So anyway, that was pretty fun. Thank you, Mr. Rick Morris. He turned one the other day, and I liked it. It was cool. And I had an old piece of cedar laying in the garage, so I went out there and got it. And I think I like the big star. But y'all have a great day, and thank y'all very much for subscribing. I passed my goal up, and now I got a new goal, and I'm just so tickled to death. I'm hoping I'm teaching y'all something. I ain't the best in the world, and I'm kind of learning it as I go, but this is fun. So y'all have a great day.